Gennady Golovkin just knocked out Steve Rolls, and the person that was paying attention is Oscar De La Hoya, promoter of Canelo. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Now, I did my post-fight. Check that on the channel. Breaking down Gennady Triple G. No, guys, Max is average. Is nothing. His punches tick, tick, tick. Versus Steve Jelly Rolls, who, a lot of people hadn't heard of. Gave my thoughts. Check that on the channel. Golovkin got a 4th round knockout. Golovkin, he did what he was supposed to do, what people expected him to do. He actually got hit more than I think people expected, given the, disadvantage in terms of world-class experience that Steve Rolls had, especially in the 2nd round. He took up some big shots. I gave the 2nd round to Steve Rolls, but nonetheless, Triple G being the more experienced and the heavy-handed guy fighting at a catchweight, he got Steve Rolls out of there. Oscar De La Hoya, he tweeted this. He was paying attention. He says, "Nice comeback win. Now fight a real fighter. Win a belt. And I'll consider doing the 3rd fight. Hashtag Canelo is your boss." So he said, nice. He's obviously talking to Golovkin because it was in the time frame and everything. Nice comeback win. Now you have to fight a real fighter, win a belt, and I'll consider doing the 3rd fight. Hashtag Canelo is your boss. So I don't know. It sounds like Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo are staying true to what they have previously said, and they're giving steps for Golovkin if he wants that trilogy fight. Now, Golovkin did an interview with DAZN, and he says he's a partner with DAZN. Meanwhile, Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya, they're just signed to DAZN, and DAZN is their boss. And he said it like condescending, as if DAZN tells Canelo, their biggest star, what to do, and he has like more of a partnership deal. So we're gonna see. Because previously Canelo said that he wanted to be undisputed in his division. He wants to go for undisputed and get all the belts. He has all the belts after just beating Jacobs Cinco de Mayo weekend last May, and he just has to fight the Andre Zaleski winner. And if Andre gets upset, I can definitely see them going after Zaleski, because stylistically, I think they like that matchup better than they like Andre. But it's going to be real interesting because, like I said, Golovkin, for whatever reason, said there's a 99% chance that he'll fight Canelo again in a trilogy 3rd fight should he win, which he just won. Again, his performance, he looked like he's like slowing down and getting a bit older, because he didn't look like this menacing force, like it just didn't look like the Macklin Golovkin or anything like that. Looked like he was in there with the inexperienced guy. It makes you wonder if that Golovkin that was right there, if he were fighting Canelo, if he were fighting Jamal Charlo, if he were fighting against Demetrius Boo Boo Andre, what would he have looked like? Canelo's time is on his side a lot more than Golovkin as far as a pro fighter, because he's just getting experience. He hadn't even touched 30 yet. Golovkin's 37, pushing 40. Canelo, this is he posted, he's already in shape, shit like that. 24 rounds in the can with Golovkin, and clearly the more complete fighter, better defense, stuff like that. So De La Hoya saying, yo, Canelo is your boss. You got to do what he says. I hope Canelo, for the sake of boxing, because we gotta get to the point where the networks and people in suits stop making the fights that they want to make without pleasing the fans. I told you guys, Golovkin shouldn't have been there with Steve Rolls. That was an easy fight to predict. I don't know anyone that picked Steve Rolls to pull the upset. This is no like Andy Ruiz, J-Rock situation. People didn't even know who Steve Rolls was. Like literally, people who watch boxing like myself on a daily basis, nobody even knew who he was. So that's why De La Hoya is saying fight a real fighter. You just fought a guy that hasn't fought outside of Canada, no big names on the resume, no like crazy knockout ratio, like 93% or something. So what chance did he really have to win? Especially when he fights at 168 and you fought him at a catchweight at 164. Everything was stacked against him. The deck was stacked against him. So it's not an indication how these other fights will plan out. Now, one could argue that Golovkin, as opposed to his age and stuff like that, he has a new trainer. So maybe that had something to do with it, learning different style. Because I didn't really see too much difference in Golovkin's fighting style. And it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. You know, some people could argue because he's been on a 9-month layoff, deciding what he was going to do after HBO got out of the boxing business. So I don't know. But this given performance, whether you want to say it's ring rust, or you want to say he's deteriorating, or he's no longer as confident because Canelo beat him, whatever it is, he didn't look like a devastator. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was a devastating knockout, I think that's more a testament to who he was fighting. The guy squared up, Steve Rolls squared up and went back to the ropes and had his hand, he wasn't even protecting his temple or nothing. Because Golovkin's not even the fastest fighter, like hand speed wise. So I think all these fights with Andre, Canelo, and Charlo are much different and much more difficult. Plus they have like real deal punching power that you can't just walk through, those types of things. So me personally, I said it in my post-fight video, I don't even want to see the Canelo Triple G 3 unless they're going to do something to make it different. Like put Triple G in with someone real, like a Caleb Smith or, Andrade or something, to become an undisputed fight. And that makes all the sense in the world. Like I've been telling you, if he were to fight Caleb Smith, then that means he's a champion at 168. So that's respectable, right? Caleb Smith just had a good performance versus Hassan Indam, someone that was rumored to possibly fight Golovkin. Or if he fought like a guy like Andrade, that would be the last link that Canelo needs to complete undisputed. So now Canelo Triple G would at least at that point be an undisputed fight. So I really hope Canelo and De La Hoya are serious and they don't just like succumb to, I guess, DAZN. It sounds like DAZN is pushing for the Canelo trilogy, but Canelo's a huge star and he's already fought against Triple G. So I'd rather see Triple G have to earn it. We got to get boxing back to the point where, how is it like, and this is what they do oftentimes to black and brown fighters, definitely to black fighters. Jacobs loses after, consolidating the WBA titles with Golovkin. Jacobs loses to Golovkin, even though I thought he won. And he had to fight like three more undefeated fighters, Luis Cuba Arias and Mad Selesky, who's about to fight Andrade. And then he had to fight Derevchenko, get a title just to get another Canelo opportunity. So, despite what you think happened in the Triple G Canelo 1 and 2, Triple G lost, just like Jacobs lost, but I think Jacobs beat Triple G. So even if you thought Triple G somehow beat Canelo in the second fight, which I don't even understand why you would have had Triple G winning. He looked horrible to me in the first 8 rounds or so. But the fact of the matter is he lost. He lost his belt. If I go to BoxRec, if I go to Wikipedia, it's going to show an L. He lost. So he has to fight Steve Rolls at a catchweight, and then now he's already back in contention. It's not right. Meanwhile, black fighters like Daniel Jacobs had to fight 3 more undefeated fighters. Golovkin was an undefeated fighter, so he fought 4 undefeated fighters in a row just to get a Canelo opportunity. You mean to tell me Triple G can take 9 months off after losing to Canelo and then fight someone the caliber of Steve Rolls that no one expects to, succeed, and then now he's right back in the picture? So I really hope De La Hoya is serious about this, and Canelo, do your own thing, go after. These fighters shouldn't be able to just take the easy road and come back on their own terms when everyone else has to crawl back up the ladder. Like, look at Julian J. Rock Williams. Look at Andy Ruiz. Those are 2 of the great upset stories from this year. Joseph Parker, I thought Andy Ruiz beat him, so he would have been a champion there. But it happened in Joseph Parker's backyard. The judges didn't see it that way. And it took years for him to get, a lucky break because Gerald Miller, failed multiple drugs in his system and failed multiple drug tests. Then he gets his lucky break. Now he upset Anthony Joshua and he's living like the man, Andy Ruiz. Same thing with J-Rock. After Charlo beat him, that was a title shot where he was the mandatory. It took for other fights for him to build himself back, to build his confidence. That's how it usually works in boxing. Now Charlo, moved out of the division. J-Rock stuck with it, went back to the gym, figured out and built his confidence back up the old school way, the Philly way, the tough fighter way. And then he just recently beat Swift Jared Hurd to become unified champion. Meanwhile, when it comes to Caucasian fighters or fair-skinned fighters, it seems like they don't care if they lose, if they just want to, you know, give them the opportunity to jump right back into the mix. And that's what they're trying to do with Golovkin. But, you know, I think the numbers will be on the downtrend, because a lot of people I talk to, they don't really even care about that. They'd rather see Canelo Charlo, Triple G Charlo, Canelo Andrade for undisputed if he beats Zaleski. Andrade versus Triple G. So now that even makes sense, because now Golovkin would go into the Canelo negotiations if he beat Andrade with the WBO belt, and then he could say, hey, I thought you wanted undisputed, you have to come through me. So I think Golovkin should be made and forced to earn it, not just, oh, we need some views and we're trying to, you know, force feed you 12 more rounds of Canelo Triple G, which we already seen on the HBO pay-per-view, 24 rounds of it. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.